Welcome to the Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Angelina Martin.
And this week we have the first round playoff game from the Division 5 bracket, Hilmar hosting Los Banos.
Hilmar is the number 6 seed in the bracket, while Los Banos is seed number 11. The last time they played in pre-league this season, Hilmar was victorious 23-6.
There are a lot of highlights from this game, so not a whole lot of setup required. All you need to know is that if you lose, you go home, and if you win, you continue on to face Sonora High, the number 3 seed on the road. So let's see how this game goes with the Friday night highlights. It's not often that our first highlight is the play of the game, but that is the case this week. Here's Brock Perry setting the tone for the night with a 37-yard run on Hilmar's first play from scrimmage, and just 3 plays later, quarterback Jason Pimentel hits the edge before hitting the end zone from 21 yards out. That's a touchdown. Jackets up 7-0.
Ensuing possession for Los Banos, and it quickly goes down the drain. Quarterback David Herrera feels the pressure from Luke Cox and throws a pick 6. That's Perry with the 11-yard touchdown return, and just like that, Hilmar leads 14-0. But the pain isn't over for the Tigers. Mark Carriero fields the kickoff after that touchdown, and it looks like he's about to give his team excellent field position. That is until he fumbles. Andre Alves jumps on the loose ball, and the Jackets are once again in the driver's seat.
They're in the driver's seat, and they're cruising to another score, and they're probably wearing some cool shades while they're at it. Here's Pimentel padding his rushing stats with a shifty 29-yard run. He's down at the 13-yard line, where this 2-play drive is capped by another touchdown from Perry. The senior back trots into the end zone, and Hilmar leads 21-0 less than 6 minutes into the game.
The hits kept coming from Hilmar, and it looks like Derek Taylor is getting into the mix. This was a 17-yard touchdown run, but there's laundry on the field, so it's called back. No biggie for Hilmar, though. They make up for the lost yards with a handoff to Luis Vargas, who twists, turns, and drags his way to a 17-yard gain. That sets up Perry to notch his 3rd touchdown of the game on a 4-yard run, and it's looking too easy. Hilmar leads 28-0, 4 seconds into the second quarter.
Tigers with the ball again, but it's still not going well. Another interception. The ball bounces off a helmet and falls into the hands of Cox. But for the first time, Hilmar is forced to attempt a field goal, and it's blocked. That was a 38-yard attempt and the first Los Banos highlight of the game, which is quickly followed by another low light in the form of another interception. Pimentel snags the ball at midfield, and it's time for the Jackets offense to get back to work.
And Perry's still on the clock, so it's no surprise he gets the call on this hard-fought 11-yard run. And it's also no surprise that this 9-play drive is going to be capped by Pimentel, who rushes here for a 12-yard touchdown to give Hilmar a commanding 35-0 lead.
Another long run from Hilmar, but with a somewhat new face. That's Blake Westmoreland blazing down the far side of the field for 28 yards. He's upset he didn't break it. Instead, that TD belongs to Vargas, who scores on this 5-yard touchdown run. 42 unanswered points from Hilmar.
Los Banos does not want to hit the half scoreless, so Herrera takes matters into his own hands. Here's a 14-yard run from the quarterback, and he's inside Hilmar territory. That's followed by one hell of a pass on 3rd down. This is a 24-yard completion to Aiden Barcelos. And with less than a minute on the clock, the Tigers dial up a flea flicker. Joseph Arkutowski comes down with the ball, and we have a halftime score of 42-7. The Tigers got in there just before the half.
Now, before we check out our second half highlights, let's recognize our sponsor. Are you a buyer looking to purchase your ideal home? Are you a seller wanting to get top dollar for your home? No matter what your real estate goals are, if you're looking to win in this market, Michael Rocha is your go-to realtor. Voted Best Realtor by 209 Magazine and Turlock Journal Reader's Choice, Michael Rocha has a proven track record of success throughout the Central Valley. Find out what Michael Rocha can do for you and your real estate needs by contacting him today at 209-485-5228. You can also stay up to date with Michael by following him on Instagram and on Facebook. Opening drive to start the half, and we see Taylor pick up 21 yards with those long strides. Los Banos holds Hilmar to 4th and 7, and Alves is called to attempt another field goal. This one is a 34-yard attempt, and this one is good. The score is now 45-7.
Things may look bleak for the Tigers, but they are not going down without a fight. Adrian Ramirez flashes his speed on this 27-yard run, and that's followed by a 7-yard run up the middle from Herrera. He says, "I'll do it myself." This drive ends with the second Los Banos score of the night, a 20-yard touchdown pass to Barcelos. That's one tall kid, and he can jump up there and make that grab. It's 45-13 after a missed PAT.
The Tiger offense is turning things around, but the defense, not so much. Here's another long run from Westmoreland. He picks up 24 yards and a first down. Next up, it's Vargas, who slashes his way to a 15-yard gain and another first down. And this 4-play drive is capped by Westmoreland, who barrels into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown. Hilmar is rolling 52-13.
Los Banos responds with more of its pass game with its backup QB. Wyatt McBride, the sophomore, going for broke as he connects with Arkutowski on this 34-yard pass. He's got the soft hands. That sets up an 8-yard touchdown pass from the same duo, and after a failed 2-point conversion attempt, the scoreboard now reads 52-19.
The Los Banos defense finally makes a stand on the ensuing possession, and they force 4th and 6, which leads to a 32-yard field goal attempt and another successful kick from Alves. Hilmar is up 55-19.
Los Banos still won't quit, even with a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Ramirez adds another long run to his resume with this 29-yard pickup on the far side. Then McBride continues to impress. He finds Arkutowski with a 40-yard dart. Nice completion. Arkutowski's pushing and trying to will his way into the end zone, but he's down at the 1. Cue another touchdown as Ramirez finds pay dirt. There's another attempt at a 2-point play, and this time it's converted. McBride to Carrero. It's now 55-27.
We're in the final minute of the game, and you'd think the highlights would be over, but even Hilmar's reserves have juice. Noble Santos shows off his speed with a 9-yard pickup before Dylan Cotto sends the sidelines into hysterics with a 39-yard touchdown run with only 13 seconds left on the scoreboard. Hilmar asserts itself as a Division V contender with this 61-27 win.
We came out, we played a hard game. We've been preparing all week. Our team has just, we've had some ups and downs. We came out, we lost to Ripon, and I think our team is coming into the playoffs ready to play. This week of practice was probably the best week of practice we've had all season, and I think that we were just ready to play, honestly. Once we got our momentum going, there was no stopping us because we all on the sidelines, we all get each other up, and I'm just really happy right now. I want to shout out all of our people that stay on the sidelines. I really appreciate them for cheering me, cheering my whole team on. I really enjoy that they come out to practice. They are the reason why we are out here every day, and that's why we won this playoff game, is because of those people that don't get to start. I'm just happy that we got a shot at playoffs this year. I haven't had this feeling. I haven't been in playoffs before other than my sophomore year, but I didn't really play. I feel like I'm fighting for my life, and I'm just glad that I have all my brothers around me, and I get to play every game that I have left with them.
All right, since I'm a numbers guy, this next part of the episode is my favorite part, the team totals. We're talking yards. Hilmar High, 494 total yards. Los Banos, 270, most of which came in the second half.
And Frankie, you could tell from our highlights that most of these offensive yards for the Yellow Jackets came on the ground. Their rushers did everything tonight, including their quarterback, number 24, Jason Pimentel. He had 89 rushing yards on 11 carries with 2 rushing touchdowns. Don't forget his passing, though. He was 3 of 8 with 31 passing yards. And of course, we have to mention the Blitz player of the game, Brock Perry. He had 111 rushing yards on 10 carries with 1 touchdown.
And Brock was a Blitz cover player from our football tab, as was number 21, Blake Westmoreland. He had 6 carries for 69 yards and 1 touchdown. And number 14, Luis Vargas, 102 rushing yards on 12 carries and 1 touchdown as well.
The Yellow Jackets definitely came out and made a statement in the opening round of playoffs with that rushing attack.
And next up for the Yellow Jackets is a road game, as we mentioned earlier in the episode, Sonora High. Another rematch for Hilmar. They played earlier in the season and they came out on top 28-21. That was a close game.
Sonora may be the number 3 seed. They had a first round bye, but if you look at the history between these two teams, Hilmar might have an advantage.
Hilmar is definitely entering that game with a lot of confidence. We'll see how that game shakes out next week because, as we said, we'll be on the road in Sonora. You can find that episode at turlockjournal.com, as well as all other past episodes from this season, and you can find updates when it comes to high school football on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter if you follow at Turlock Journal. So until next week, I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Angelina Martin.
Thank you for tuning in to The Blitz.